son is a musician, though. He is so picky.
Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. Need to get the meetings started. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Commissioner Raffato?
Here.
Commissioner Kruger?
Present.
Commissioner Lang?
Here.
Commissioner Vito?
Here.
Commissioner Papantos?
Present.
Commissioner Vogel?
Here.
Chairperson?
Here. You have before you the minutes of the special meeting of December 2nd, 2024. I need a motion for their approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Papantos, second. Commissioner Vogel, roll call, please.
Commissioner Papantos?
Yes.
Commissioner Vito?
Yes.
Commissioner Lang?
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Raffato?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Chairperson Horker?
Yes, citizens' comments?
Not today.
Let's jump right into the meat of the matter.
Okay, 6A, consideration of a request for a Class I liquor license from St. Joseph the Worker Parish for an event to be held on March 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th, and April 4th and 11th, 2025.
Thank you. Mr. Sfondulis, what do we got?
Thank you. As the title indicates, this is a request for St. Joseph the Worker to sell and serve alcoholic beverages at 6 fish fry events from 4 to 9 p.m. on Fridays during Lent in the church's social hall. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Right, left, nobody.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, I don't know, it looked like Commissioner Lang was going to say something. And
I
then
was going to say so moved. I was waiting for you.
Wait,
Motion,
right
Commissioner Raffato, second, Commissioner Kruger, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Lang?
Yes.
Commissioner Vito?
Yes.
Commissioner Papantos?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Raffato?
Yes.
Chairperson Horker?
Yes, that's all the meeting, that's all the business for the Liquor Commission meeting for the evening. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Papantos, for, motion was Lang. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Liquor Commission meeting is adjourned for the evening. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Village Board for February 3rd, 2025.
Hold on,
You got it?
I just have to start it.
Okay. We move faster than technology. Clerk Brady, roll call, please.
Trustee Raffato?
Here.
Trustee Kruger?
Present.
Trustee Lang?
Here.
Trustee Vito?
Here.
Trustee Papantos?
Present.
Trustee Vogel?
Here.
President Horker?
Here, changes to the agenda?
There are no changes this evening.
I should back up and get some minutes approved. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the January 20th, 2025 meeting.
So moved. Second.
Trustee Kruger, second. Trustee Papantos, roll call, please.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Raffato?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Before we move on with the regular course of the business for the evening, tonight we're going to be recognizing the George Hieber Citizenship Award recipient. Over the weekend, the wife of George Hieber passed. The recognition that Maya will be receiving this evening is named after a member of our community who was active in politics and civic awareness and the church. And if there was something going on in town, you could almost, it was almost guaranteed that you would see George there. You are, you're receiving a recognition named after a really active member of the community, a beneficial member of the community, and it seems you have all the indications of absolutely living up to this, the reputation that he had. So for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. And now Clerk Simpson. Or Clerk Brady. I've been doing this. Yeah.
All right.
Clerk Brady, would you please?
Resolution granting the 2025 George Hieber Citizen Award to, is it Maya? Okay, Maya Schwab. Whereas the Board of Trustees of the Village of Wheeling has established the George Hieber Citizen Award to encourage good citizenship by recognizing outstanding contributions to the Wheeling community. And whereas the President and Board of Trustees have chosen Maya Schwab as this year's recipient of the annual award. And whereas Maya is a 10-year-old Wheeling resident and fifth grader at Booth Tarkington Elementary School. And whereas since Maya was 5 years old, she has created a kindness project in conjunction with her birthday every year to assist the less fortunate in Wheeling and the surrounding communities. And whereas for her fifth birthday, Maya collected school supplies and donated them to Wheeling Township for needy residents. And whereas for her sixth birthday, Maya collected items and prepared snack boxes for children with cancer. And whereas for her seventh birthday, Maya established birthday boxes that contained candles, cake mixes, sprinkles for seniors and donated them to the Wheeling Township. And whereas for her eighth birthday, Maya hosted a Korean drive for patients at Advocate Lutheran General Children's Hospital. And whereas for her ninth birthday, Maya, along with her father, built a little food pantry now located outside of Indian Trails Public Library, which she continues to stock with non-perishable foods and hygiene items. And whereas for her 10th birthday, Maya hosted a board game drive for patients at Advocate Lutheran General Children's Hospital. And whereas Maya Schwab shows great compassion towards others and makes Wheeling a better, safer, and kinder place to live. And whereas the Board of Trustees therefore regards it as fitting and appropriate that Maya Schwab be the recipient of the 9th Annual George Hieber Citizenship Award. Known, therefore, be it resolved by the President and Board of Trustees of the Village of Wheeling, Counties of Cook and Lake, State of Illinois, that 2025 George Hieber Citizenship Award is hereby granted to Maya Schwab in recognition of her exemplary citizenship with the thanks of the Board of Trustees for her service.
You want to come up here for a minute? Who's with you here this evening? Introduce them, please.
My mom, my dad, my second grade teacher, my fifth grade teacher, my language arts teacher, my third grade teacher, and my fifth grade teacher's daughter.
So you have them all.
Yes.
That is excellent. You are truly an exceptional individual. The idea that you would care so much at such a young age about members of the community is really outstanding, and it's really it gives me hope for the future.
Thank you.
So you are absolutely welcome. We have a little a token for you, just for your recognition of receiving of this. This is your token of receiving this recognition. See, I can speak too. You're welcome. And this is also a copy of the proclamation that was just read. And I am so happy that kids like you exist, and you do give me hope for the future. Would your parents like to come up here and get a picture with you?
I think so.
Okay. Should we let your mom and dad hold one of these? Okay. They won't. We do have some refreshments out in the lobby for everyone to partake and celebrate. I need a motion to recess for 10 minutes.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Rufato, second, trustee Lang. All in favor?
Aye.
Recess. Okay if I start a couple minutes early?
You're the
Okay.
president.
Well, I mean, protocol
Oh,
and
that's true.
parliamentarian.
Robert's rules,
Robert.
Sheriff's against Buffalo Grove. You're
That's
good.
right. That kind of.
I'd like a motion to reconvene the regular meeting.
So moved.
Trustee Vogel, second.
Second.
Trustee Lang. Roll call.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. We got through the ceremony portion of the evening.
Yes, sir. My turn?
Citizen- What?
My turn?
Yes, please.
Citizens' concerns and comment. Members of the public may address the board with comments regarding issues relevant to village business. No citizen shall speak for more than 5 minutes without consent of the board. Members of the general public who wish to address the board must sign the request to speak form prior to commencement of the public meeting. So I have Pavel Akuich.
Just as a reminder, this is a time for citizens to make their comments and express their concerns, and the board will listen. Neither the board nor the staff will be answering questions. Pavel,
You went out.
you went out? We did start a couple minutes. Should I go get him? Can somebody go
Yeah,
get him?
Ross is going to go.
Race, he's younger. I think he'd beat you. I'm sorry, is that going to get me in trouble for some discrimination thing?
Got a workers' comp issue. President made me race.
Suppose I should have waited the minute. See, there we are.
Must be good treats today.
Is he there? Okay. Give everybody the opportunity. I got extra.
Okay. I have a question. I'm willing, I live here in Willing, and my brother and I, we're running small business, small limo company. We have 2 stretch limos, and there is no way to park them on our driveway. So I live on the Chippewa Trail, and the crossing street is a Lakeview, where the parking is allowed overnight. Yesterday, I got 2 tickets on both of my limo car parked on a residential area of a commercial vehicle. It's such a rule. I didn't know about it. So I went today to the City Hall. I've paid these 2 tickets. And the lady downstairs was so nice to mention that at the border meeting today, so I might speak up. And I stopped at the police department as well. And I asked them, so is there any rules? So they said, yes, that's a rule. And so I said, okay, I live here, and I have a 2 car that doesn't fit my parkway, my driveway. So what I need to do? I said, we're gonna give you a ticket every single day. And I mean, like, I live here, I pay my taxes, and I have this small business to run, and I have no idea what I have to do. And I asked him, so what is your solution? Saying, we have no idea, just go to the board, maybe they make some changes. And I actually have my friend who lives in Park Ridge and running kind of same business. So in a Park Ridge, city, they have you can buy a permit. So you pay in the city, and you have a sticker. So you put the sticker on your vehicle, and if you're a resident, and then you allowed to park your vehicle. So that's why, the people who lives there and paying taxes have ability to pay extra and park their car on the street. So then the vehicle who does not belong to this city can get ticketed. So, and we have nothing like this here in Wheeling, so maybe, I'm pretty sure it's a process to make a decision, but I just want you to be on our side, like small business side. So I have no idea like what I need to do. I like just say you cannot do this, and cannot do this, and don't give you advice, then do this. It sounds like very strange, you know? So I would really appreciate, so if there will be any like options of what we need to do, because like by myself, I don't really find what to do. That's my speech.
That's your speech, okay. So, it is our policy not to engage in questions and answers and back and forths with the
Yeah, I
board and
understand.
petitioners. We do, however, have a department who is in charge of those types of zoning and use issues. That would be Mr. Clicker right here. I see him probably reaching for a card. And he is the department that can say, this is how you do what you do.
So I can contact him directly?
That should be his card. Yes, sir.
Amazing.
And that's as much interaction as we're going to have here tonight. Thank you for
All right,
bringing it up.
thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. Staff reports. Mr. Kalp, you have something for us.
Good evening, President Horker, trustees. I wanted to apprise you and the public of two upcoming construction projects that we have this year that's going to affect Dundee Road. One of these projects is the Villages, and the other one is the state of Illinois. Each of these projects will be creating benefit for the public, but at the same time, will be providing short-term inconvenience for vehicular traffic on Dundee. Beginning this spring, the village will replace all of its water main along Dundee from about 700 feet west of Schoenbeck on the west end to the railroad tracks right here. The project is timed to be completed prior to the state of Illinois' plan to mill and overlay all of Dundee from Route 53 east to McDonald's, just east of us here. The majority of the water main that will be replaced is located down the center of the road. And so because of the alignment of the project, the two center lanes are going to be closed for much of the project area, but the outside lanes will not. So traffic in both directions will be open the entire time of the project, but left turns will be difficult. We have contacted each of the affected businesses and residents along the Dundee corridor where the project will take place, and we are working with School District 21 to consider alternatives for their pickup and drop-off times for London, just because of the nature of how it gets backed up as it is now without any construction. As soon as we are finished with that water main project, the state is going to come in and start their mill and overlay in July. We don't have a timeline. They have not let the project yet, but as soon as they do, we will apprise you of their plans as well. We are working with IDOT in conjunction with the state to regularly update the residents, to communicate any updates to the project. We plan to start as early as the state will allow us to cut into the pavement. Right now, they typically allow it to begin April 15th. If they let us start earlier, we will, just because of the timing of the projects, the two projects. And then, of course, if anybody has any questions, they are more than welcome to call me at Public Works or email me, and I'd be happy to help them out. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to field them now as well.
Director Kaup, will there be signage up like a week before so that travelers know that they're going to have to change their route if they so choose, or probably sit in a little bit more traffic?
Yes, electronic signage will be put out 2 weeks before the project starts.
So probably around the 1st of April?
I'm imagining, if all goes to plan, we'll be starting the project towards the beginning of March to the middle of March, assuming IDOT grants us the ability to start cutting into the road.
Thank you.
Dan, I know I mentioned before about under the London Bridge. That hasn't been repaved. It's still original concrete from probably the early 70s. what's our chances of them bringing the right equipment out to mill under there and pave under there?
Well, the plan is to mill, I believe that part is included in the scope of the project. There are parts that they're skipping over. For instance, right here at Northgate, because we just paved not too long ago. We also updated the traffic signalization at McHenry, 83, and Dundee, so they're not including that. But anything that is asphalt pavement within the project delineation that is old is going to be milled and overlaid. At the time of the project, I can check just to see if that was something that was omitted, but I don't remember it being
Yeah.
specifically omitted.
The last time they did what they did out there, it was just left, you know, they
Okay.
started and stopped, because they probably didn't have the right equipment to get under the
To
bridge.
get underneath, okay.
So if they know about it now, maybe they'll plan for
Well,
it.
they can't just leave it go forever, but yes, we'll look into that and I'll get back to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Director Kaup, when IDOT was working on their big Lake Cook project, as I recall, they had some information about the timelines and road closures and stuff on a website. Can we make sure that we have a link to that on our website so that we can share it with folks if IDOT provides one?
So that was the county, Lake Cook Road was Cook County, and they did have a project-specific website that our page linked to, our village page linked to. IDOT doesn't typically do that. So what we were planning on doing was providing the updates ourselves on our project webpage. So that's where residents can go to get updates. And as I said, we'll be collaborating with the state to ensure that we have the most up-to-date information on project parameters as we get them.
I've already had people asking me.
Sure.
Where to find information about road closures and when the project starts, and I'm like, it's January. Hold on.
So we opened bids and you guys awarded the project last meeting. So this is pretty new. We just had our pre-construction meeting last week on Friday. So while we're starting to build a tentative timeline, a lot of that has to do with when the state will allow us to enter their right-of-way. And typically their start date is April 15th because of snow removal. We're in contact with them to ask for consideration on that matter. We've offered to manage the snow removal because that's typically what they're concerned about. They don't want open pavements that are plated with steel plates or, barricades that may hamper their ability to remove snow. There's also a lot of work that we can do in the right-of-way that isn't in the pavement, so we're asking for consideration for that, just to be able to start as early as possible.
I trust that we'll communicate for our project. I'm just hoping that we can also communicate something about the IDOT project, if it's available. That's all I'm asking.
So similar to what we did with Wolf Road jurisdictional transfer, that was a very large, invasive, and long-standing 2-year project with the state of Illinois. We will do our best to collaborate in a similar fashion as we did with that project.
Fair enough. Thank you so much.
Trustee Rafata?
Dan, what are the boundaries again for the water main work?
The water main work is from,
West of
oh, yeah, so it's 700 feet west of Schoenbeck, so Birch, basically, to the railroad tracks.
Okay,
To these railroad tracks, yeah, so we're not crossing the railroad.
all right. And in that, do you dig up everything or just at the mains?
The main right now is not in the road. We're putting part of the main, originally, what we're replacing is essentially a transmission main. There was nothing tapped off of it. It was meant to convey water from the east to the west, and we're changing that. So some areas of the project are going to see new water main running down the middle of the road. Whenever we can, we avoid that. We want to put it in the parkway. It's easier to dig up. It's safer to work on. But as you can imagine, the parkway is just chock full of other utilities, and sometimes there isn't an alignment opportunity for us to put it anywhere other than in the middle of the road. So for instance, in areas right by Hoyne and the Just Tires and the Chevy dealership, we're not putting water main there, down the middle of the road. That'll be off to the side, and all we're gonna be doing is running laterals to the businesses. But farther to the west, we will be cutting up the middle of the road. We have to put movable barriers to protect the workers, as well as barricades. It's gonna be a substantial, right down the middle of the road project with essentially, 37,000 car ADT traffic loads on the 2 outside lanes in those areas.
Thank you.
If there are no other questions, that brings us to the consent agenda. Clerk Brady, if you please.
Consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the board member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 13A, or 11A, sorry. Resolution amending the approved list of banks, investment brokers, and municipal investment pools as appropriated I can't even talk today. Depositories of village funds and agents for village investments. 11B, resolution waiving competitive bidding and approving a bank service agreement with Northbrook Bank and Trust Company and a Wintrust Community Bank. 11C, resolution approving a service agreement between the Village of Wheeling and Cannon Corcoran Management Services, Inc., CCMSI. 11D, resolution granting a 2025 George Hieber Citizenship Award to Maya Schwab. 11E, resolution approving an engineering service agreement with the RJN Group for sanitary sewer evaluation services, SSES, in an amount not to exceed $39,915 for fiscal year 2025. 11F, resolution approving a proposal from RJN Group to provide construction engineering inspections for the 2025 manhole lining and rehab project in the amount not to exceed $29,900. 11G, resolution approving a one-year renewal contract with Milu Landscaping in the amount of $292,059 for landscape and miscellaneous ground-related services in fiscal year 2025. 11H, resolution authorizing the village president and clerk to execute easement agreements with Chicago Executive Airport. 11I, resolution approving the review of executive session minutes of the president and board of trustees of the Village of Wheeling, Illinois.
Are there any questions? If there are none, I need a motion to approve as read.
So moved.
Trustee Papantos, second. Trustee Kruger, roll call.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. New business.
13A, ordinance granting special use approval to permit heavy motor vehicles repair for Big Boss Enterprise US LLC at 559 North Wolf Road, docket number PSU 24-0018.
Mr. Clicker, what do we got?
Yes, before you have a special use request to permit heavy motor vehicle repair for Big Boss Enterprises to operate within a 1,500 square foot unit in a multi-tenant industrial building that is immediately adjacent to the Millbrook Point Townhome development. The zoning code requires a special use approval in order to operate a heavy motor vehicle repair facility in the MXI Industrial Mixed Use Zoning District. And the village code defines heavy motor vehicles as any construction or equipment, or agricultural equipment, van used for commercial purposes, truck used for commercial purposes, or having a cargo capacity of more than 1.5 tons, a boat exceeding 20 feet in length, or recreational vehicle exceeding 3 tons in weight, 20 feet in length, or having more than 6 wheels. So that is the types of vehicles that would be worked on at this facility. The petitioner has further defined that down to state that they would be doing computer diagnostic and minor electrical repairs only at this facility, which they would perform diagnostic scans. They would search out fault codes and clear them. They would change charging system diagnostic, which would include assessing the health of the vehicle's alternator, identifying issues related to electrical power supply, repairing electrical wiring and connectors when faults are found, sensor and actuator testing for the oxygen sensors, temperature and pressure sensors, headlights, indicators, and wiring, repairing and replacing lighting systems, including headlights, turn signals, and battery and electrical wiring, and fuse box and relay checks. At the Plan Commission, this was heard. There was quite a bit of debate regarding this, and at the January 22nd meeting, the Plan Commission did place several conditions on this proposed use should it go forward. It's a lengthy list, but I will read them all. It would be 1, any heavy motor vehicles parked in the exterior surface parking lot awaiting repair shall be licensed and operable. 2, no work shall be conducted on semi-trucks, including but not limited to any components of the cab, body, and trailer. 3, the special use shall not include or permit the petitioner or business license holder to operate or provide towing services at the subject site. 4, vehicle repair shall not include vehicle dismantling or salvage, tire retreading or recapping, or body bumping and painting. 5, automotive, heavy or light detailing, including but not limited to washing, waxing, and ceramic coating is not permitted. 6, commercial vehicles with exposed equipment such as racks, ladders, equipment boxes, towing, and other rigging, containers, lifts, trailers, or other similar equipment shall be parked in the side area or rear area of the building, provided the vehicle is generally screened from view from any street abutting the property or any abutting residential zone district. 7, no motor vehicle repair work or service of any kind shall occur within the parking lot outside of the unit. 8, a wheeling building permit shall be applied for and obtained prior to the start of any construction. 9, a wheeling business license must be obtained from the Community Development Department prior to the start of any business operations. 10, a wheeling sign permit shall be required prior to the installation of any new signage at the subject property, subject to the requirements of Title 21 signs. 11, hours of operation are limited to Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And 12, the scope of services at this facility is limited to diagnostic and minor electrical repair, i.e. sensors, bulbs, and electrical parts related to the diagnostics. With those conditions, the Plan Commission did vote on this, and the vote was 1 in favor and 5 opposed. With that, the recommendation is to not approve this use. However, the ordinances are always, as always, presented in the affirmative. So if you concur with the Plan Commission, you would be voting against the ordinance. If you wish to approve this use, you would approve as normal.
Is the petitioner here?
Petitioner is present to answer any questions.
We have any questions? Trustee Vogel?
What other businesses are there within that?
There's an HVAC company, there's a dog grooming, there are a few, there's actually, in the same complex, there is a school, there's other offices, uses, there's warehousing, it is a wide mix of uses in this area.
Yeah, but nothing similar to this?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Left, right?
What are the exact vehicles you're going to work on?
Somebody please come up to the podium and introduce yourself.
Hi. Hi. Good evening to everyone. So
What was your name?
I said good evening to everyone, and my name is Dimitri.
Hi.
I'm representing Big Boss Enterprises. So basically, we'll be working on, it's called by the city zoning code heavy duty, but it's a pickup trucks as a Dodge Ram, Ford F-150, SUV. That's what they call it by the zoning as a heavy duty. So basically, we're gonna work on those kind of vehicles. Even I have the pictures of that kind of vehicles. It's like that's what we're gonna be working on it. It's like a Dodge Ram and Ford F-150 pickup trucks. Not like a semis or something like big trucks or whatever.
So these are like commercial vehicles, but not
Yes, sir.
not rigs, not Bobcats of
No,
trucks.
nope, not semis. It's like a regular pickup truck, but by the zoning code, they are named by heavy duty.
A quarter-ton Ford is a heavy-duty truck.
If it's utilized for commercial purposes, yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I cut in on your time, Trustee Vito.
Good, I'll yield my time back to the.
Thank you, Trustee Vito. Any other questions? Trustee Rufato?
How many spaces do you have inside the building to work on cars?
Inside the building, we have like three spots, and we have around like 8 parking spots in front of the office.
So there will be cars staying overnight that you're not working on.
But basically, we're not gonna keep any cars overnight because we're gonna be working by appointment only. So we're gonna take 1, maybe 2 cars per day, which we can handle it.
And I know somewhere in here were your hours of operations.
Yeah, it's Monday, Friday, 8 to 5 p.m.
Thank you.
I have one more. So for
Trustee Vito?
Director Clicker, so in this area, you said HVAC, I mean, are there vehicles like what they're repairing already in the area for servicing the businesses that are there?
So could they service the vehicles that are stored on this site? Yes.
No, what I'm asking is, are there businesses there in that
Right.
complex, whatever you want to call it, that are using for their own businesses vehicles that are similar to the ones that they're going to repair? So
Yes.
those types of vehicles are already in this area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
President Hooker?
Oh, sorry, yes, Trustee Papantos?
So you run the diagnostic test and you find there's a problem. Do you have parts available to repair right there, or do you have to
So
order
usually,
parts?
we're gonna order those parts and they'll be delivered like within an hour. Because there is a huge parts warehouse in Wheeling. It's called Wallpack. So basically, when you are like a shop, repair shop, you do a contract with them. So they're gonna ship with the delivery guy any parts you need within like an hour. It's on a Hints Road. It's like a couple minutes away. It's a big distribution parts warehouse.
And they would have any of the types of
Yes,
parts
ma'am.
that you would find with this?
Yes, ma'am. It's a huge warehouse. If not, they have several different locations, which is like Schaumburg, I guess, in that like 10 miles area range.
Why would somebody go to your service versus any other mechanic? If it's like just a standard F-150 or a Dodge Ram, I mean,
Usually there is like a big waiting line. Even at the dealership, you can wait several days to get inside the repair shop.
would somebody come to you only if they're having a problem, and then you run the diagnostics, or?
Usually
Is that-
they might stop by and check if everything is all right. If we're gonna find any issues, we're gonna let them know. And if they will be okay with it, we'll order parts. If not, they will more than welcome to go somewhere else if they don't have time or they didn't like it.
I mean, why would I just pull into your, and obviously not my car, but your facility unless I thought I had a problem? So somebody thinks they have a problem before they come?
So
make an
basically, if you don't
appointment
have
with
any
you?
problems, you'll be driving somewhere else, I guess. That's my opinion. If I don't have any issues with my car, I won't be thinking to go to the dealership or repair shop.
Thank you.
Trustee Vogel?
Is there another slide he can put up here, a second one? We get to that other one? The one of the view of the unit from the parking lot there. Is that the doors to the service bays up there?
Yes, sir.
How high are those doors?
14 feet tall.
So you couldn't really get a semi in there, correct?
Correct.
There is no way to get with a semi.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Krueger?
Thank you. You say you work on commercial vehicles,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes.
So.
That's how they called
I'm just trying to
commercial.
understand the model of your business. Do you have contracts with perhaps I'm making this up, a landscaping company that has a number of different trucks that?
That's a good
you would
question
be
because,
there-
as Mr. Clicker here responds, in that complex, there is a bunch of businesses. They're working like HVAC, construction vehicles, carpet cleaning, and they have a lot of heavy-duty vehicles, which they will be more than happy to get them fixed at our location.
Because you'd be their neighbor.
Yes, and they've been stopping by us, and they've been asking what kind of business we're gonna do. We told them, and they said, okay, there's gonna be a nice spot to stop by and fix our vehicles.
Director Clicker, has there been any discussion with any residents or associations with the residential?
There were,
element?
at the Plan Commission hearing, there were several residents who did show up to voice their objections to this potential use.
Thank you.
And the main objection was everyone was concerned about semis, like no semis, because there was a little bit not shocked, but about the name of heavy duty. Everyone thinking heavy duty is like a big semi truck, so that's why they have big concerns about the semis. But we're not gonna do semis. And there is no way to park and get with a semi over there.
And if you, I'm making this up too, if you have an appointment in the afternoon and the parts warehouse can't get you your part, and that vehicle is not drivable, and you can't work on it that day, it'll have to wait till the next day, what do you do with that car?
So that's why we have, even when willing, we have AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts. It's like a parts store here on a Dundee Road. There is like 2 or 3, I guess, parts stores, big ones.
So your goal is same-day service for any service that
Yes,
comes to
ma'am.
see you?
That's the goal.
And if the goal can't be met, what happens to the car?
We'll ask the person to park inside if we have enough room. If not, come back tomorrow when we'll have the part.
I see. Very good, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Krueger.
One more question, sorry.
Trustee Pavatos?
So cars you're working on are drivable?
Yes, only drivable.
So cars won't be towed into your,
Nope, only drivable.
thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, one question.
Trustee Lang?
Do we have any similar businesses like this that, car repair that's in and out same day, and where are they located?
I mean, we have auto repair businesses. We don't have stipulations on anybody that they finish their repairs in one day. But we do have several auto repair businesses in town. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you exactly the locations of them, but
Sure, nothing that you can recall similar to this type?
doing just
or style?
electrical, no.
Okay, thank you.
It's different. If there are no other questions or comments, Mr. Clicker, remind everybody how the vote works on this.
Yes, vote, or the ordinance is presented to you in the affirmative. So but I know I always, it kind of confuses the matter, but if you were going to go with the Plan Commission's recommendation, you would vote against this ordinance. If you wish to approve the business, you would vote in favor of it as normal.
So a yes vote approves the business.
So just like normal. I think the explanation probably made it more confusing. Thank you for that.
Don't ask him anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's all clear in everyone's head, I would be looking for a motion to approve.
So move.
Trustee Lang, second.
Second.
Trustee Rufato, roll call.
Trustee Papantos?
No.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
No.
Trustee Krueger?
No.
Trustee Lang?
No.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
No. Sorry, sir. Thank you for trying.
B, ordinance granting special use approval to permit a recreation and instruction facility for mathematical steps, 29 Huntington Lane, docket number PSU 24-0027.
Mr. Clicker,
As Clerk Brady said, this is a special use for a recreational and instruction facility offering math tutoring services and group classes and individual tutoring sessions for students in the K through 12 at 29 Huntington Lane. This was heard at the January 22nd Plan Commission and received a recommended approval of this request.
is Mrs. Ela here? Does anybody have questions? Or maybe not. If there are no questions or comments, motion to approve. Trustee Lang, second.
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 Trustee Rufato, roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Congratulations, welcome to town.
13C, resolution authorizing the publication of the official zoning map to document recent zoning changes.
Mr. Clicker,
Yes, periodically we bring forth zoning map changes to reflect some of the changes that have happened in town. So in this case, significant map updates during the last 2 years include the Gas and Wash PUD, the Forest View subdivision PUD, and the rezoning from the B3 to the MXC zoning district, the Highlands at Prairie Park PUD, and rezoning from R1 to R4 zoning districts, the Mark Twain School plat of subdivision, the rezoning of 2092 Foster Avenue from the I1 to I3 district, and the plat of subdivision for the Wheeling Town Center Lot 8. Assuming this amendment is approved, we'll update the table of the map to reflect the date of resolution number prior to publication.
Mr. Svandilis, what do you?
I just want to add to make sure that it's clear to the public and to the board. Director Clicker, correct me if I'm misstepping here, but the request before you tonight is for nothing new. This is incorporating all of the things that the board has approved over the last couple of years into a new zoning map. So this is just tidying up the map. It is not creating any new legislation or any new approvals.
Correct.
All that said, any questions or comments?
So moved.
Motion,
Second.
Trustee Krueger, second, Trustee Papantos, roll call, please.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Official communications? Comments?
Down here.
Welcome back, everyone. Trustee Papantos?
Yes, I just wanted to give a shout out to Director Smith and the whole finance department. The resolution we approved in consent agenda for a new banking services and the work that everybody put in to find new banking services benefits the community. Finance could care less where we bank, okay, but you're saving the taxpayers a whole lot of money, to tell you the truth, and it was a lot of work. This was a project that's been going on for some time. I know it started last year. It's not like I do and just go, oh, that bank looks good, it's convenient, and it's near the house, or something like that. So thank you very much. It's work that I don't think anybody really realizes that goes on a regular basis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? If there are none, that does bring us to the approval of the bills for January 16th till the 29th. I need a motion for their approval as written.
So moved.
Trustee Papantos, second.
Second.
Trustee Rufato, roll call, please.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. That concludes the public portion of our business for the evening. We do have an executive session this evening, so I need a motion to recess to executive session. What? Executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee or employees of the village, and pending, probable, and/or imminent litigation. That's why you're right here. I now need a motion to recess into executive session and adjourn the regular meeting. There will be no business going on after this.
So moved.
Trustee Rufato, second.
Second.
Trustee Kruger, roll call.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos? Trustee Vito?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
President Horker?
Meeting is adjourned. We will begin executive session in about 5 minutes in the executive session room.
You know, the ones that are split zone where they're like,
Mr.
I want